The last resource I would like to show you is gonoodle.com. Now, I use GoNoodle all of the time. So when I open it on my web browser, it automatically signs in for me. But it is totally free. You just have to put in your um, information. There is a free option of GoNoodle, and then there's GoNoodle Plus. I have always used the free version. This year, the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas actually paid for us to use GoNoodle Plus. If I'm being totally honest, I haven't noticed that big of a difference in what I have access to. Um, but it is totally awesome that they paid for it. But it's not something you absolutely have to pay for. I have used it without paying for it plenty of times. So when I log on to GoNoodle, it automatically brings me here. I actually just deleted my other classes from previous years just to kind of clear it up and make it easy to click on. And I created a class for this school year for the purposes of this video. I'm going to actually create a new class. That way, everything's just kind of fresh and new for my new kinder babies in August. So I would click on starting a new class, and you can name it whatever you want. I'm going to put AEP 800. And then you can put whatever class size you want. It truly does not matter. You can go back and edit it later if you want to, but really it doesn't matter. And then you can pick anything you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and pick kindergarten since that's what I'm familiar with, and then I'll show you how it kind of tailors to your grade level. And then I'd hit let's play. And the first thing it asks you to do is pick a monster. And that's because these are baby monsters. And then what GoNoodle is, it provides video resources for your kids. They are all get up and move type videos. Some give your kids energy, some have them exercise, some videos are just to calm down their bodies. So every time they do a video, they get a point. And then after 10 points, their monster grows. And so it's just kind of like a motivator for the kids, just something a little fun. You can pick whichever one you want. There's a lot of options. I'm going to go ahead and pick Shane Fonda. And then I'll hit play with Shane. Now, this is the front page of GoNoodle. It's the Discover tab. And they show you what's new, some summer ones. They don't always show summer ones here. They'll show ones that kind of fit to the season. Then they have some tailored to your grade level. And as you go down, they show some of their, just kind of their favorite popular videos, which is fun. It's awesome. But if you have something specific in mind you'd like to do, you can go to categories. And if you're not familiar with GoNoodle, this is the area I'd suggest for you to go to because it breaks it down for you. If you're wanting to find a math video, you can click here. There's music ones. You can go down and talk about mindfulness. That was a big push in my school this year, so I use these mindful videos a lot just to kind of be able to calm and really think about what you're doing. There are just a lot of options on here, and it's really broken down depending on what you feel your kids need. These videos range from being just a minute and a half long to there are inside recess videos that go up to like 20 minutes long. Now, most aren't 20 minutes long. Those are really just the inside recess ones. The most they really go to is 5 minutes. So they're really good to give your kids a brain break. You can choose if you want those brain breaks just to be something super fun, which I'll show you under the channels tab, or if you want them to be something more academic. I do a lot of fun, I'll do academic ones, but really for my little ones, I feel like sometimes they just need a break. We throw a lot of information at them at one time, and sometimes they just need to giggle. These cuckoo kangaroos are funny. Even in this description, it talks about dancing and singing along to seriously ridiculous songs, and that could not be more true. That's just these guys, and they're being kind of funny. Gives your kids a chance just to take a break. Now, I did have a teacher that we just interviewed for my school talking about how she always gets on YouTube to find academic brain breaks for her kids, and I asked her if she was familiar with GoNoodle, and she said she had heard of it, but she thought it was just all fun things and really didn't want to use her instructional time in any way other than academically, which is totally fine. But I told her that GoNoodle actually does have some academic things on here as well. One that I use a lot for my kids is Blazer Fresh. These guys, the kids just look up to them. They think they're super cool. There are directions on how to do different dance moves, which sometimes I do for my kids. But most of the time when I get on Blazer Fresh, it is to do something academic. Um, some of their favorites include rhyming songs. It's way down here, of course. There's a rhyming song. We do a weather unit. This talks about the water cycle. It just kind of reinforces skills that we're talking about, but in a fun way, and they feel like they're getting a break when really they're learning. This one is truly their favorite. Banana, meatball. We talk a lot about patterns, and it's something that's hard for some kids to get, but once they get this stuck in their head, they're not forgetting it, and neither are you. So really, Go Noodle is just kind of a chance to take a break. I would show you a video, but I have discovered that when I am trying to record something on here, it's not picking up the sound from my computer, so they just look kind of, all you'd be seeing is them moving, but not really hearing what's happening. Um, and if you just aren't really getting what you need through this, you can open up the search tab and type in whatever you want. I like to do a special birthday song for my kids, so I could type in birthday, and there's different options for your friends to do there as well. I think Go Noodle is an excellent resource. It gives your kids a break, but it can also be something used to teach them or to help calm them down, depending on what kind of focus you have in your room or your school has a focus on in general. Because I showed some new teachers at my building Go Noodle, I picked the ISTE Standard 2C, Model for Colleagues, the Identification, Exploration, Evaluation, Curation, and Adoption of Digital Resources, because I kind of shared something with them. And then I also picked TPAC 4, Incorporate Research to Implement Effective Learning Environments, and I picked that because we know that our kids don't always excel with sitting and getting, and something like Go Noodle can really enhance the learning environment, giving them a chance to take a break, reset their minds, and then get back to learning. So I hope you check it out for your own room. Thanks.